So he stored that in himself this whole time? How is his throat game this good? Oh, shoot. So he's destined to die here, then. That ain't good. Jesus, fuck. They actually did it. Without major skewering. The boys would love him in the military, Jesus. You want to see a magic trick? Insane number of insects and monsters that can hatch. Humans aren't really going to be able to do much against that. At this point, there's nothing, like, because humans have such a connection to Tau, right? Turning them into monster makes them the perfect harvesting opportunities, right? We've killed them 215 times and they still getting back up? Oh no, what that mouth do? Because I think we're going to need to throw him 215 times to keep him down. You know, it's crazy to think. But what we just learned is that one of our characters, his throat game is next level. And everyone's going to die without being able to experience it. It's a sad day. Of course, those are just some of the highlights. If you want to catch the full uncut, unblurred live reaction, is over on Patreon. But let's jump into this. We got a lot to talk about this week. What that mouth do? Seriously, what that mouth do? I mean, goddamn, when he... I think it's the eye contact, man. It's the way the eye contact as he swallowed the vials. That had some girth to it. And he did that without gagging. Combine it with the fact that at the end of the episode, bro's out here cutting down these monsters. At least, so it was 215 times when we kickstart the scene. Does it a couple more. They do a little flashback saying like, hey, like they could regenerate 1,000, maybe even thousands of times. So it's impossible. You keep cutting them down repeatedly, eventually they can't regain. The issue is that human stamina would guarantee give out faster than monster stamina regeneration, right? I mean, we could see how winded bro is by 215, 217 times. He seems pretty determined that it will take less than 1,000, and it must be within the next handful of cuts, given that the regeneration is probably slowing down and we're seeing different things happen. But there's no denying that he is not in a great state of mind, and the partner in question, I like their character in season 1, hasn't done shit in season 2. Let's be 100% real. Will this be the opportunity? Probably. But given the fact that we avoided seemingly a major death that was predicted, I mean, bro is out here with people he was convinced were enemies, and I guess, I don't remember this. This must have been a flashback that we just got introduced to, or I'm just poor memory. But his brother was destined to die. Now, granted, could it still happen? Maybe. Maybe there's a different monster that'll do it. But basically, both of them got skewered by the holy diddle arms of death, and that's why he was very, like, trying his best to keep him away from battle, that I'll just take care of this myself. And bro decided to slap his dick on the table and say, I've had character development since the last time you saw me. I'm no longer the scared little boy who holds on to the back of your shirt as you lead the way. I'm also going to lead the way too. And in doing so, because they all work together, they seemingly... I can't stress this enough. We went from bad to worse to kill me now. That was the escalation of intensity that we've been dealing with fighting some of these beasts, man. Like, this thing is so crazy that after doing enough damage, its solution to the damage was I'll turn myself inside out so the wounds on the exterior, which are now on the interior because of the inside out switcheroo, can heal, and I'll just keep on trucking because that's what we do. This ain't no Dark Souls boss fight. This is a Dante's Inferno boss fight. This shit's insane. And I think, as I keep saying, this show is a major improvement on season 1. And I'm not just simply talking about the production. I'm talking about the quality of the content as well. I care deeply about anyone on screen anymore. I mean, look at this scene in particular, right? She approaches someone who basically shows her no mind the entire time. And to be honest, the concept of being like, hey, we don't have to fight. Before this episode, I would say there's going to be no one on this island who would agree with that. But when you have a character who's just like so disinterested that the entire time doesn't put the book down until literally the very end, kind of like a, go ahead. I mean, my job is to protect this place. If you're not going to disrupt this place, I honestly don't want to fight you. I'm really into my book. Is a really entertaining piece of subject matter. The thing is we gotta kill them all. Not just we gotta kill them all, we need to burn this whole fucking island to the ground. Because They introduced the worst possible thing. This contamination is no longer contained to the island. They're packing a bajillion Butterfrees that are designed to destroy the world that are getting shipped out by tomorrow, Amazon's express delivery, you know? And the thing is when they were initially talking about the idea of dropping a bunch of things onto the Earth, I thought, well, think about the characters who are approaching trying to hunt down Gabimaru and company. They're very talented. If it's just like roaming beasts, it's going to be like Attack on Titan. Dangerous, but doable. This isn't doable unless you either nuke it or flamethrower it. Yes, there are going to be samurai who can probably protect themselves, do like a buzzsaw that cuts down anything near them. But if you get thousands of these things, it's just going to be a plague. It's a virus that's going to continuously spread, and I don't know how they're going to deal with it. The only way to deal with it, fucking nuke the goddamn boat and kill everything on this island. There's no other way around it if you ask me. Like, if you see shots like these and don't get immediately terrified of what might happen, I don't know what to tell you. I went from thinking we might have 1 or 2 big deaths when everything first, like, everyone was split up and we're all kind of divided. And then they made me think everyone's gonna die. And then they give us a major victory seemingly in this episode and make me say, you know what, now I don't know. But then once again, they wrote me back in. I think a reasonable expectation is half the cast dying. A character or 2 per group not making it out. Makes sense. Do I think they would go her? I honestly don't know. Because if we assume Gabimaru's wife is real, and we want to see Gabimaru back home, her giving her life to protect him is something I could see happen. Do I want it to happen? No. But it's something I could see happening. I went from really enjoying season 1 to dying to see a season 3. And I know some people are like, oh, but Brandon, there's no way to do a season 3. There's like 5 chapters left. Some people think movie. I've heard that a lot with shortened seasons. Here's the thing, shortened seasons aren't that uncommon anymore, and there's also things called anime original content to help flesh things out. When we were approaching the end of My Hero Academia, its main show, right, not Vigilantes, people are like, oh, they'll have to do a movie. There was too many chapters to do a movie. But yes, there wasn't, so they did a shortened season, and they also extended some things. That's probably what they're going to do. We might get a 6 to 8 episode mini-season of Hell's Paradise to wrap this up. And I'd be fine with that. All that happens anymore is when those happen, they just start it later into a season. If it airs in a winter season, it won't start in January, it will start in February, so it finishes at the end of March, right? Like, that's all that's really different about it. Maybe they will truly just do a movie, but I don't think so. I think they'll just do the My Hero Academia approach, flesh some things out, but also half the time manga readers are inaccurate with how many chapters are needed to adapt per episode, so there might already naturally be 8 episodes worth to adapt when this is all said and done. I could be completely wrong, but I just wanted to throw my hat in the ring because I'm seeing an increasing amount of people say, nope, I don't know how they're going to do it. Like, there's 3 episodes left after this. And if it really is like 3 episodes worth of content, then yeah, they'll probably just do a movie. But we'll see. Either way, I think the delay between season 1 and 2, which was a decent sized gap, not the most atrocious gap of all time, but a decent gap nonetheless, has allowed for this show to really pop out the best quality possible. And as I keep saying, season 1 was overhated for its production, but I can't deny season 2 is in a completely different visual caliber of its own. Like, it's amazing. Of course, let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already. And Patreon, you can catch the full live reactions over there. If you're already over there, of course, I'll give you a video shout out as well because my patrons are what make these YouTube videos possible. All right, so today we got Doc, Tyron, Danny Boy, Simon Lau, Mark Green, Greedex23, and Neil Vickers. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.